Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good greetings. So I am in this environment right now. So the working from home phase is over, at least for me and my colleague, where we are asked to come back to office and working from office right now, except if you have circumstances with your kids, the daycare is not yet open and both are working and you have a reason to work from home, you can request. Otherwise, working from office is now back on track, right? So I'm in my office right now, back again with this owl right there. Is it a red, purple? I'm not sure what actually that color is, right? It's between red and purple, I guess. I'm not familiar with the actual color in between, right? I know only the basic color. Is it magenta or something? I'm not sure. But anyway, so that owl is back here. He was left at the office during this working from home. For you who are new here, I don't think you are familiar with this guy, but for those who have seen my video from the past, he is always by my side like this. I guess he is the one that is giving me confidence to be in front of the camera. For those who know me personally, you know that I'm not comfortable with camera, but then this guy is helping me out with my confidence, etc. perhaps, right? So he is back with his, is it a smile? I always imagine him smiling and that gives me the moral boost that I need, but I'm not sure that is the mouth, right? It's the nose, right? That yellow, wait a minute, an owl doesn't have a separate nose and mouth, right? It's like a beak with nose and mouth together. Anyway, that's besides the point. I'm not even sure how birds smile because their beak is, the shape is, you cannot change. But anyway, so I'm back at the office, alhamdulillah. Working from home and working from office, what is the difference? So maybe I will just touch a bit on that from my personal experiences, I guess, as to start off my video that is not directly related towards academic stuff, because in this past 2 weeks, basically the focus is mainly on academic because the new semester have started and all the work is focused on there. There's a lot of works involved, especially in the ERTL phase right now, right? So just to be clear, even though we are told to come to the office, the classroom or the class is still ERTL mode, meaning that most of it is online medium, right? So there's no class here, it's just that we have to work here. I would like to point out that it's very different working from home and working from the office. One is the productivity level, right? So you cannot escape the fact that at home you have the kids. Even though I can say I'm working, that is working right now, but because you're physically there in the house, right? So like right now, I'm in the office, right? If some of my kids or baby is crying, I'm physically not there to be expected to do something. But if I'm in one of the room at my house, in my home, and officially I'm working, but someone is crying, I cannot say I'm working, take care of that outside, right? I cannot, because you are there. Even though you are working, you are still expected to cater some of those, right? So the dynamic is different. That's one thing. Second, so one of the things that I noticed when I was working from home is that many of the materials that I need is here, and obviously because my work is here, so most of the work stuff is here. But I'm not just talking about my work stuff, my 8 to 5 work. I'm talking about more than that. I'm working primarily as, I'm not sure how to word this, but as a Muslim, there's a lot of that kind of work that I do a lot here as well. So some of the things is at back there. So just an example, right? So all of these books here, it is here. So I did bring 1 or 2 back home when we know we have to work from home, but of course some of these I do not use frequently. For example here, so this is Fiqh dan Perundangan Islam by Wahbah Az-Zuhaili. So I'm not using this a lot. In fact, this is not mine, this is my wife's primarily, but we are having it here because we have lack of storage at home, right? So this is primarily my wife's reference, but it is here, so it becomes my reference because she is not working primarily in Perundangan Islam, so to speak, right now, right? So, and then this one, this is Tafsir Al-Azhar by Dr. Hamka. So it is one of the tafsir that I use to refer to in my Islamic work. So it is also here. What else? So there are other books as well. So to be clear, not to give a wrong impression, right? This one is rarely being referred to. It's very rarely, I would have to say. But this part here is quite referred to quite frequently. Like for example, things like this. This is the Majmu' Rasail Al-Banna. It is something I refer to. You can see the notes here, etc. So there's jilid of this. So this is jilid number 2. Oops, etc. Right. So this is all the books. Right. This is perangkat tarbiyah or wasail tarbiyah, etc. So many of these I do refer to more frequently on this part here. On the back there, there's also, this is another version of Majmu' Ar-Rasail. So I have 3 different version of this. This one is like you have Arabic and Malay or Indonesian language here. There's only Malay, etc. Right. So many of these reference, when I want to do my work at home, I notice that actually all of the book is here, right? So when I want to do those works, unfortunately I can't, right? So that's the thing. Many of the thing is here actually. Actually, there's another thing that is here that I do not bring home. It is not related to my work really, unless you can want to call it workout. I don't really work out really, but there are some certain small things that I do occasionally, but I do it here instead of home. So for instance, these 2 things here, I leave it at the office. I do not bring it home. One thing is because this is quite a hazardous thing to be having at home. I think even though it's for adult it's quite normal, but for kids this is hazardous, right? How many kilo is this? Let me check. I think this is 10 kilo each. Is it? So basically this is 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 2. So 2, 4, 4, 8, 6, 8, 10. So yeah, this is 10 kilo. So yeah, that's another thing or 2 things that I have in the office and not at home. I don't use it too much, but if I want to use it, maybe I'm stressed out at work, I can just pick it up. And so yeah, that's basically the things that I have in the office that I do not bring home. And I actually realized that when I'm at home for a prolonged period of time and was having no access to those things there, right? So anyway, all in all, alhamdulillah, I think there's a lot of things that we should be thankful of, or personally myself, right? I'm talking from my personal experience, because I think some of you perhaps or some of others are facing much larger challenges than myself. So I'm very thankful. I'm alhamdulillah, I should have shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that for one, my work is still secured, alhamdulillah. My family is still alhamdulillah safe and sound and have food on the table, alhamdulillah. And the circumstances overall generally in our country, in Malaysia, is under control with this COVID-19 pandemic, alhamdulillah. So there's a lot of things to be thankful of, having shukr of, and hopefully we will continue to be in the state of shukr. And do not forget that there's a lot of things that the ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we actually have that sometimes we do not realize. And I think that's just for today, for this video. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Hopefully all of you are doing well. Hopefully everything is fine out there. And if anything, do tell, do share, and hopefully if any help that we can channel, etc., we will try, inshallah. We should be in the mood of helping each other in case anyone is in need, right? I think that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.